Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Raw review and opinions video. So I'm just going to talk for a minute, then I'm going to read your comments and we're going to be done after 10 minutes. I've tried to record this video 4 times and my voice is just not there. It's given up. Since the end of the stream, my voice has just given up. So I don't even think I'm going to get a chance to do an unseen tonight as a result. I will try and get one done tomorrow, but it's just not having it, yeah? This is like attempt number 4. So let's go through match scores. Opening match, best match, great 57. It was the tag match, AJ, Penta, Judgment Day. Then we had Becky against Natalya against Roxanne. Step down, good 92. Lyra outside interference. Roxanne getting the win. I'm not down on that. Sheamus, Grayson, a little bit slow, but it did get somewhere. Obviously teasing Grayson and Theory split. Rhea, Zoey, good 89. Of course, Kyrie in that as well, sorry. Zoey getting injured really was a massive distraction. The biggest moment on the show. Thoughts with her, of course. Haven't heard any update yet, but yeah, just really unfortunate. And then main event, considering that was Bron, one of the big heels they're building, and Jey, their current world champion, that was nowhere near good enough. You lot said it was good 97, and I hate that spot where he clotheslined Jey against the commentary table, but ended up like hurting himself more by going over it. Just looks so dumb. I really didn't like that. And there was quite a few moves that were just a little off. And the crowd were, I don't know if the crowd was still thinking about Zoey, maybe. And maybe I was still thinking about Zoey. Maybe had that have not happened just before, it would have been better. But yeah, main event just not kind of where we needed it to be. Roxanne aligning with Judgment Day was kind of interesting, but we'd seen those conversations in the background. There was another conversation of New Day talking with Grayson, but I don't know that that's going to result in anything. And honestly, yeah, there just wasn't loads, was there? It was a go-home show for Saturday night's main event, and it wasn't bad. But score-wise, 6.5, something like that. So let's get to the comments before my voice packs up. So Uncle Howdy Dreads, shout out to you, gives it 8 out of 10. Brendan, shout out to you. And Homer, shout out to you. Raymond said, my thoughts on Monday Night Raw. It was incredible. I enjoyed it a lot. Glad to see Roxanne on Raw. It was awesome. It was well deserved. I'm going to give it 8.5. Mitchell said, I thought it was an alright episode. Prayers for Zoey. AJ Penta match was awesome. Loved Roxy giving Dom nuggies. Hated Kyrie losing her first match back. Ending of the match was weird, but the closing angle was fun. So 6.25, 6.5. Wrestle Knight says no, Carrion. Taker 1990 said Days Raw was 8. Great build for Saturday night's main event. It's funny that R-Truth says that John Cena is his childhood hero. Truth is 5 years older than Cena. Carl said solid Roxanne. Love Rox getting the win and the crowd cheering for her during the match. Hate her joining Judgment Day though. Rhea winning is horrible. She's big and good enough to get title shots without Money in the Bank. She's had lots of them recently. Should have been Kyrie. And I hope that Zoey is okay. Praying User Sport said it was a sleeper episode. And Q Hicks gave it 1 out of 10. The 1 is only because of Gunther. The rest I skipped. Rage said the crowd was hot. Yes, they were. Got to give them flowers, actually. They were very good tonight. It was a fun show to see in person. Pyro was loud as hell tonight. Well, I hope you had a great time. Came across well. Ring Rebel said, I hope Zoey is okay. Both the main event and the Judgment Day tag match were amazing, so 7.5. Mary said, interesting. Things are happening, but frustrating. Why Roman's not back in this new Dangerous Alliance story? Well, I don't know that it is a new Dangerous Alliance story. I mean, word on the street is that they didn't have and don't have any plans to add anyone else to that group at this time, which I think is very surprising. Roman, I think, will be back more SummerSlam time. So Roman will be back, but he won't be joining up with Braun and Seth. You know, he was betrayed, of course. So, yeah, this could be, and it could go on to become a new dangerous alliance. But at the moment, I think it is just Bron and Seth. But Roman will be back. SummerSlam. Elite said, give Pat some slack. No one is more unbearable than Logan. Oof. Honestly, very close, but I've got to say Pat's worse. And now a lot of people will disagree with that, and that's fine. But for me personally, if you are genuinely going to ask me to choose, if I could only lose one, I would lose Pat. AJ, Penta, JD killed it. Becky, Natty, Rox was fire. Pat roasting Cole in the throwback was funny. Do you know what? It's funny you should raise that, because that's what I was just thinking. Pat has to make parts of the show about him. There was no reason to show this Michael Cole segment. There was no need for it. The only reason they did it was so that Pat could make fun of Michael. And that was the only reason it was done. So for me, like, the fact that he has to have that, or he has to have a match, or he has to try and save Michael Cole, or he has to, do you know what I mean? Like, be part of the yeet thing. Like, or during the commercial break, he has to have a moment. I don't know if you watch in Europe, but they give Pat a moment during commercial breaks as well on Netflix. They're constantly trying to find ways, or he's trying to constantly find ways of getting on the show, rather than just being the commentator. I mean, you don't see that from, like, Wade Barrett. So, yeah, I find him to be someone that really has to be at that center of attention all the time. And that was a good example of it, yeah. Why is Cena Truth not for the title? I don't think it's for the title because Truth has... I don't even know the last time Truth won a match, to be honest. So I don't think it's for the title because there is no reason for R-Truth to have a title match. So I think that's why. Liv is going to kick Rox's ass after tonight. Main event was everything. So 775 said Elite Pro Wrestling Forum. Elite Pro Wrestling Forum, thank you. Opala said it was a great show, all in all, 6.7. I hope that Zoey gets all the help that she needs. Oh, I'm sure she will. John Elite said, prayers for Zoey. Hopefully a speedy recovery for her. Roxanne, officially in Judgment Day, no. Loved the crowd still singing Cult of Personality even when they stopped it. Glad that Roxanne is now officially called up. No, well, she's not officially in because I think Finn was very clear she's not in. She's just if we need help, you know. Uncle Revel said it was much better than last week. A lot of great storytelling. Matches were all great. I enjoyed all the different face-to-faces involving everyone in the world title. Could have done without the NBA stuff and the Michael Cole flashback. Could have done something else. 775 says Uncle Revel. Nishi said, great episode of Raw. Loved Penta AJ match. Loved the Roxy match. Loved the Judgment Day Clubhouse segment. Loved the fact that Dom Rocks is a thing now. My heart goes out to Zoey, wishing her a speedy recovery. Tyson said prayers for Zoey. Chris said Daze, first thoughts and prayers with Zoey. 625. It was nice to see some matches with meaning. Really hope Triple H has a plan for Carrion, like a qualifying match. I still think the fans need to be louder for Carrion. Yeah, I agree. I think if you was to give Carrion some advice, you would say keep doing what you're doing, but try and get the fans to take more signs. Try and get the fans to chant your name. Try and find ways of the noise getting louder. I mean, you can't really give him any other advice, you know? He needs opportunity, and he's not getting any. So I agree. There's a lot of frustration at Carrion not being on this show. But as I said on the watch along, maybe he will be in one of those qualifying matches, men's qualifying matches. But to be honest, I don't know that he wins it. I don't know that he's going to qualify. It could be that he is in one and then does not qualify. So that'll be another frustration. Z-Mag said it's a shame a guy like Cross can't get time on the show, but then Triple H claims that they push the guys that get over with fans and become undeniable. The entire show felt lame overall. The ending feels repetitive. See you for NXT. Z-Mag, see you for NXT, buds. Plum Girl said, Daze, it was a good go home, better than expected. Zoey injury took my breath away, and it kind of drew my attention for the latter half of the show. Seeing Rox win was good. She's fun to watch. Wishing the best to Zoey, giving it a 6.5. Andrew said, just another. And Ashley said, looks like the question is answered. Poisoned apples and chicken nuggets is what they were talking about. Well, these weeks where he was like, I'll bring you in, but what gift can you give them? Liv is not going to like that. Well wishes to Zoey. I'm getting tired of Jey getting sucker punched by a disrespectful brat that no one wants to work with. Kiki gives it 8 out of 10. Brady said Roxanne aligning with Judgment Day will most likely lead to Liv and Raquel losing their tag team championships, possibly to Alexa and a partner. I know it's not Raw related, but it would be a huge miss to not get anything Wyatt 6 related Friday on Bray's birthday. Nico said, thought it was a good go-home show for Saturday night's main event. Very unfortunate for Zoey. I rewatched the landing and it was rough. But the show continued. Thought the main event was good. Saturday night's main event should be good. So I'm happy. I wish we could all get together in person to watch a PLE. That would be great. Well, maybe one day. I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, our community is so spread out. We've got people all over the world that join us. So I think getting a lot of people together in one spot will be very, very challenging to do. But yeah, oh God, that would be fun, wouldn't it? That would be fun. If we could find a place in the world that was easy for the most amount of people to get to, that would be fun. I would be down for doing that one day, but I think we would need to know that it would work. You know, we would need to know that people could get there and, you know, it'd take a lot of planning. Matthew said, hello and shout out to you, Daze. I think this Raw was good and I was hoping for Kyrie to win the match. Also, get well, Zoey. I had that same leg injury. You could tell that she had blown her knee out because I had the same thing, says Matthew. Matthew, shout out to you. I mean, it looked horrific. Dark Phoenix T said, first of all, prayers for Zoey. Second, WWE needs to do something better with Natalya. She's too talented and legendary to be a jobber. Finn Balor is about to start a civil war in the Judgment Day. Am I the only one ready for El Grande to disappear? Yeah, I think that joke might have run its course. The El Grande joke. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Real Wrestling Fan said, great show, 7 out of 10. Great to see Kyrie and prayers for Zoey. The all-time Royal Rumble time in the ring. Great showing at Elimination Chamber. And now Money in the Bank. I believe this is the meaning of Prodigy. Congrats, Roxy, says Real Wrestling Fan. Wrestling Fan since day one said, I hope Zoey is okay. Raw was 6 out of 10. Sammy is going to turn either on Punk or Jey. I agree with you, Daze. We should have mid-card women in the Money in the Bank for more opportunities. And the same goes for the guys. See you tomorrow, my friend, and great stream. Thank you, my friends. Peter said, mid, other than the 2 women's Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Blue Will Smith said, Daze, I thought this week's Raw was a fine show, and I hope that Zoey Stark prays for her. That was a very nasty knee injury. Overall, I give it a C, average. Jasmine said, did you see the white rabbit in the crowds? Looked like Wyatt's Easter egg. I remember seeing someone opposite the hard cam that was kind of about 3-4 rows back. They had like a mask on. I didn't see them throughout the whole show, but I did see them put something on. I didn't in that moment believe it to be anything Wyatt related. I'd have to go back and have a look at it, honestly. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? You know my feelings on that kind of stuff. I mean, with the glitch, I was like, I just can't get excited for it because they've been gone for so long. I mean, that could just be a glitch. And to be honest with you, we're sat here a few weeks later and, well, nothing has really shown itself as a result of that glitch. So could this just be someone in a bit of cosplay? Could this just be someone in a mask. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those that you go, okay, interesting, noted. Let's see if it goes anywhere, but I wouldn't hold my breath, honestly. That would be fun. I mean, I don't know if they'd look exactly like that, but yeah, Finn, AJ, Rox, what a group that would be. Although, are the fans booking something more impressive than what WWE have got in mind? I mean, it would be great to get them two together with Roxanne. I mean, that would be really cool, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if it is going to go that way. House of the DCU said, I think tonight's show is an 8.5. I don't even know what this GIF is. Oh, hello. Hello, Kyrie. Going down. I love that clip. I think that featured on an Unseen. Although not in this like crazy low res quality. This is like flipping 144p. But very good. Very good. My voice is doing all right here, you know. How many have we got? Oh, I won't make it that far. I got all ambitious. Let's do these and we'll call it quits, because I've already managed to do way more than I have done on my previous 3 attempts. So Bin Elite said, I thought it was really good. Set up a lot of storylines going forward for Jey, plus everything with Seth, Paul and Bron is great in my opinion. Plus Roxanne qualifying, thanks to Lyra attacking Becky, was perfect. Finn finally brought Roxanne to the clubhouse, so 7 for me. Nananicon says, where's Cross? Hopefully next week in a qualifying match. Hopefully. OTC said Raw was good. Matches were great. Ending was okay. Really hope we don't get Roxanne and Dom romancing. See you for NXT. Yeet. Parker Tiffy Time said, Daze, I didn't like Raw tonight until both the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. And I love that Roxanne won. Rhea won. Let's go. And Bron is a badass. Thoughts? I thought Bron and Jey underwhelmed. I think it's not a disaster or anything, but it's definitely not a match I will ever look back on or even remember happened. I think their chemistry didn't feel right, and I do wonder if it's a lack of house shows. You know, if those two were to have done a load of house matches and then do Raw, maybe it would have been better. But, you know, to my knowledge, they haven't been working together. We don't do many house shows. And it just felt a little off. Honestly, it just really felt a little off. There was just like moment after moment where it was just, that's not quite right, or that's not quite right, or that's, I don't know, it just wasn't right. And I think that worries me because those are 2 big stars. You know, one of their biggest baby faces and one of their real big up and coming heels. But this has always been the concern with Jey, that his in-ring is kind of not quite there when it comes to singles matches. And with Bron being so new, I don't think he was able to be that kind of ring general. I think it was a lot to put onto his shoulders. And I don't think Jey can do that. So I think we ended up with what we ended up with. So, yeah, look, Bron's going to get somewhere. He's absolutely going to get somewhere. But unfortunately, it is... it's going to be a journey. We're not quite there yet, with him putting on the caliber of matches that I think he will in the future. And I hate that move where he jumps to the outside, as I said. I just think that looks so stupid. Perhaps he can execute it better. Perhaps there's a way of like tweaking the presentation of it, the execution of it, but I would really look for something else other than that. That's not it in my mind. And there we go. I'm stunned, honestly. This is attempt number 4, and the fact we've got to 19 minutes is a minor miracle. So I'm going to call it quits there, right before I outstay my welcome. So a big thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts. We are back later with NXT. I might try and attempt an I don't know. We'll have a look. If it's not up tonight, then you know what's happening and why it's happening. But either way, we're all back with more videos and stuff tomorrow anyway, so you won't have to wait that long. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the Raw watch along. Really do appreciate the support, and I will see you again next time. So I don't know if I mentioned, I'm going to give this about a 6.5. So yeah, it was fine. In my mind, it was passable, but I don't think we reached any crazy heights here. Again, not a bad show. I didn't feel like I wasted my evening, but not anything that I think we ever need to return to. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.